Welcome to Island Realm, a family-friendly competitive or collaborative strategy game for 1 to 4 players that takes 30 to 60 minutes to play. You and the other players have become stranded in another dimension called Island Realm. You must explore the islands that mysteriously appear each night, battling monsters and collecting treasures that will enable you to return to Earth. The object of the game is to get enough flow stones from the islands to power the magical well, which can teleport you to Earth's dimension. It's located on the central permanent island, which also houses each player's base of operations. Traveling by boat to each island to collect flow stones is represented by connecting a string to your base on the main island and stretching it across the board. As many islands as your string can simultaneously touch is how many islands you can visit that turn. As you activate the flow stones you've collected, you upgrade the length of string you can use to reach even more islands. This isn't a trip to the grocery store, though. Yes, on the islands you'll collect treasures that will make you safer, wealthier, and more powerful, but you'll also run into enemies that destroy your items, take your flow stones, and bankrupt you. Each playthrough of this game will differ quite a bit because of the number of different random elements. Each turn you not only roll a 12-sided dice to determine how many islands appear, but you also randomly choose the islands, which themselves are unique. You've got less interesting islands like stone storage sheds, barren stone castle, and solitary well in a poppy field, sure. But you've also got more intense ones like giant fortress, mysterious obsidian cube, and sticky hives. After you strategically choose your route among the islands, and choose your gear, you must roll a dice at each island, which has a customized set of outcomes you might get. There are 27 total different islands, each of which vary in the kinds and amount of rewards and dangers on them. For example, Boring Houses only has a max of 1 treasure, 1 encounter, and a couple of tokens. Iron Mudpot Island, however, is bursting with encounters, treasures, and tokens. Some islands are safer than others. You can probably guess how Cloud Castle and Dark Dungeon rank on the spectrum of safety. You'll have to decide what risks you want to take as you attempt to collect the most treasure cards possible from the islands. There are a total of 52 treasure cards, which provide a similar level of variety. You might be overjoyed when you roll a 5 on Pacific Paradise and get 2 treasures, only to find out that you got magic socks and yellow magic mirror. However, you roll a 6 at the next island you go to, Giant Maze, and get 4 treasures. This time you get Gauntlet of the Exploding Punch, Ring of Teleportation, an Escape Pack, and a Flowstone. Activating the Flowstone will help you win and will provide a longer string and more item carrying capacity. The Escape Pack is a safety net that keeps you from losing an item, though you risk losing it each time you use it. The Ring of Teleportation lets you visit 1 extra island per turn that you couldn't have otherwise, or it lets you deny access to an island for an opponent. The Gauntlet of the Exploding Punch helps you defeat 3 different classes of enemies: Strong, Construct, or Undead. When you roll an encounter card in an island, there are a range of different possible outcomes. If you were to get Colossal Scorpipede or Whispering Death, you'd be able to defeat them with the Gauntlet of the Exploding Punch, because they're strong and undead, respectively. There are some encounters that end up even being positive. With Helpful Ghost, if you don't have a weapon that defeats ghosts, you'll actually get a treasure card. With Candy Shop, these nice zombies would also give you a treasure card, though now that you have a Gauntlet of the Exploding Punch, which is an anti-undead weapon, you'll actually lose 3 tokens, and all your candy. There are 30 encounter cards, and some of them can be quite mean. Exploding Bubbles doesn't sound too bad, but if you don't have an anti-trap item, you'll end up losing a Flowstone and any items you are carrying around in your boat. While the game starts with every player allied, it doesn't have to stay that way. If you stay allied, teammates can help you with money, gear, and flowstones, though you'll need to collect a greater number of flowstones to get the whole group back. If you don't stay allied, you'll be able to win with a fewer number of flowstones, and you'll be able to keep all of your money instead of having to share it with the group. You win Island Realm when you have enough activated flowstones for you or your group. The game ends when every group or individual has won, or when all the islands have been placed and a turn starts with no islands on the board or able to be placed. Anyone who hasn't gotten enough activated flowstones by the end loses. I hope you'll enjoy Island Realm, the funnest trans-dimensional escape you'll ever experience.